What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Rogue One novelization by Alexander Freed. So there isn't really a big takeaway from this book because it is pretty straightforward from the actual movie. There aren't any little like extra deleted scenes or like extra little tidbits or any of that kind of stuff. But what you do get in this book that you don't get in the movie is all of these insights into the characters. The story is narrated from all of the characters. It switches perspectives all of the time, and you're always getting to be in their head, seeing what they're thinking, like feeling what they're feeling, and it really fleshes them out to the point to where you know it's going to happen, but oh man, does it just twist that knife when they all start dropping like flies. Like, it is intense. This book is a freaking pain train from the beginning. You get so much more insight into like Jen and just how like everything in her life has led her to the point that she's at. She is so angry at the world and she's so empty and just doesn't really feel anything other than just the resentment for these people that let her down. And we see that she still has this need to like stand up and do something and fight. And you see that she like bottles all of her emotions up inside this deep dark hatch and just never thinks about it. But then all of a sudden, the second she sees her father again, that hatch gets blown open and suddenly all of this stuff is out in the light and she's having to deal with all of it. She almost completely shuts down. She basically goes mad towards the back end of this book because she's just can't even function. She's going through so much, and you feel all of this turmoil, you feel all of these emotions going on inside of her, and you overall feel that need to fight, to do something, and you see that need inspiring all of these other people. It's absolutely amazing, especially with Cassian. Like, if you did not ship Jen and Cassian, you will definitely ship Jen and Cassian after this book, because Cassian thinks of nothing other than Jen. From the second he meets her, he is so intrigued by her, and he doesn't know why. He's just so intrigued, and it has to do with that need that he sees in her eyes, and he's constantly wondering like how she's thinking about things, what she's doing. He's always wanting to like go back for her and save her and make sure that she can keep on going because he knows that she's got that need inside of her, and it inspires him to fight. He's been in this fight for his entire life, and if anything, he's starting to not believe in the cause anymore. But then seeing her and seeing like what she's doing and seeing how she moves forward, it inspires him, and it's beautiful, and it's very Raylo, might I just say, but we're not going to talk about that. This is not a Raylo book, and I really wish they had gotten some more time, especially that ending shot of them on the beach when they like die in a fiery explosion. Like, oh man, yeah, feels city for me. You also get just so much more with Bodhi and like how he feels like defecting. He was an Imperial pilot, and you really do feel that, especially when he's talking about like they say that he can like change his uniform because surely he doesn't want to walk around in Imperial colors anymore, and he says no, it's a reminder that I chose to be here. Like, I volunteered, like I switched sides because I wanted to be here and I wanted to do what was right. And just seeing like going through his mind and seeing like why he's doing all of these things and like how Morgullet like really messed him up, like you really do feel all that. But my favorite thing, I think, is actually all of this insight and perspective that we get on Baze, because in the movie I feel like we get him the least, because Chirrut and Baze kind of do really play off of each other, but you're more interested in Chirrut because you're like, wow, he's blind, he's cool, is he using the Force, what's going on here? And Baze is just kind of cynical and like looking out for him and that kind of thing. And in the book you really feel that he's so cynical, he's so angry at everything, and overall he misses his home. When Jeddah blows up, he's always talking about how he's never going to get to be in that city again. He's never ever going to be on Jeddah City again, and he really feels that. He's lost everything, and the only thing he has left is Chirrut, and Chirrut dies in his arms, and that is just rips your heart out. And this whole time he's been so skeptical of the Force, even though he used to be one of the most zealot believers, and to hear him say, I am one with the Force and the Force is with me, when he knows he's gonna die and he just had Chirrut die in his arms, like, oh man, the tears were coming, and it was absolutely insane. It was a very emotional day. The second the deaths start happening, yeah, it just like gets cranked up to 11 in this book, because when K2 dies, you're hearing Cassian screaming in the distance. When Bodhi dies, he's so full of hope because he knows that like he's doing something that's gonna help the rebellion. Then all of a sudden he just gets to die with his ship, and I just like, it just rips your heart out. Even Krennic's death is so impactful and you really feel it, and it talks about how like the father was killed by his creation, and like Alexander Freed, I want to read more books by you. I really like your writing style. It is so poetic. There is so much in this book, and I absolutely loved every single minute of it. It's not a complete pain train the entire time, but it is definitely an emotional roller coaster, and I really, really recommend it. If you had any problems with Rogue One, I feel like you'll feel like they're fixed after you read this book, because you get all of the characters like really fleshed out. They all get time. You really feel like you get to live with them. I feel like it's paced really well. I didn't have any problems with the movie when it came out. It's actually one of my favorites, but I know a lot of people did, and I feel like this book gets rid of a lot of those problems. I feel like it really helps with the pacing, with the characters, just all of that kind of stuff, and it was just really, really well done. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite Star Wars books, just period. I think it's definitely my favorite novelization that I've read. I haven't read that many novelizations, but I think this definitely knocks Revenge of the Sith out of first place, and it might be one of my favorite Star Wars books just in general. So I absolutely loved it, and I highly recommend it if you have not read it already. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Kind of hard to see it because of it's not wanting to focus. No, it doesn't want to focus. It won't focus.